And here we are for a bit of Simfx 1 hour endurance practice. I'm in the Porsche GT3 and without much else to say, I'm not really going to be talking too much for this, but I just thought I'd stream a bit of practice. I haven't streamed much for a while. I haven't really done any videos for a while. I've been a bit lazy, if I'm completely honest. The weather's been half decent where I live, so being out and about a bit more, doing a few things outside instead. So starting out on the super soft tyre and just get a feel for brands, see what consistent lap times we're looking at. I say we're at Brands Hatch GP, Dan said already. And I'm in the Group 3 Porsche 911 RSR. So not too bad of an outlap, car feels okay. Done a bit of setup work on this already, on this track. So I've got the car feeling pretty much as I wanted to feel throughout the circuit, the lap. It's a bit sketchy into the first corner, but other than that, feels pretty good everywhere else. So see what this first time is. Not the fastest of laps, but not too bad. Pretty much a race pace kind of lap, I'd guess. So it's a 1:23.5 that last lap. Quite a bit faster on my last lap. Quite a bit faster on this lap than my last lap, should I say. Bit wide into there. Struggled to get it turned into the apex. Made me hesitant on the throttle. Mid corner. So I'm up on that time still, it's good. I like Brands Hatch. Done a lot of laps around Brands Hatch. I wouldn't like to guess how many over the years. I've been what I call sim racing, whatever you want to call it though. I've had a wheel for years and years, about 6 years, 7 years now. And one of the first games I used to session all the time was Project Cars 1, amongst others. But that was the one that I played on the most back in the day, and certainly did a lot of laps around Brands Hatch on that. in various different cars. And I didn't used to play online half as much back then, so I used to do time trials and all sorts of different stuff without actually competing against other people. And then I started playing online, in online just open lobbies, and that's what gave me a taste to get more and more into it. Still one of the best races that I had to this day was at Donington on Project Cars 1, and it was only like a 6-lap race, and I think there was only like 8 people in the lobby, but me and first place, I was in second pretty much the whole race, and the guy in first were just chasing each other bumper to bumper the whole 8 laps from start to finish. And I don't think I actually managed to get past him, but it was one of the best races I've ever had for just perfect driving lap after lap, and being so close to the car in front. And I mean, like bumper to bumper, to the point where having to brake early so you could get up to the bumper on the brakes, if you know what I mean, so you could control it and get closer on the brakes, because you've broken early and considered it. Anyway, back to this. I'm starting to just waffle on. My times are suffering because of it. So fastest so far is a 123.0. Always a bit scary getting on the throttle early through that corner. Don't want to push yourself too wide with understeer onto the exit curb, because it can go wrong really quickly if you get on that exit curb. Same with a lot of these curves around this track. That last second to last corner that I've just gone through, that's not too bad on the exit. You can hit that curb a little bit. This one, you're tempting fate if you go out to that exit and start running the curb. So best to keep away from it. Get somewhere near it, but maybe not go on it. Don't know why I'm giving people advice or doing some kind of lap advice. I'm not that good myself really. I'm sure there's people out there that can teach me a thing or two, tell me what I'm doing wrong. Bad line into the apex, but run it wide on the exit, you can get away with that. Looking to get that apex as early as possible and get back on the throttle as early as possible. Just keep my foot in as I head over the grass. I lost loads of time as I went on the grass in the exit there. So it's not great so far, braking, touching the grass a little bit on the brakes. So I need to get a bit more accurate, a bit more precise with these corners. I had a little session this morning and that's what I felt like I managed to do eventually. Well, I managed to start really well actually. Oh, talking. Started really well, and that's alright. Could exit and head out on new fresh tyres with a full tank again. Consider that a little warm up. Right, so see some kind of race pace out of this practice session now, hopefully. Don't feel the most confident into there. That's the one corner that feels like it's a bit worrying. Wide again through there, but it's no big deal on that corner particular. Most corners it's quite a big deal if you go wide. So let's try and carry more speed through this last section now. Like I say, I've had plenty of laps to warm up. Right, here we go. What's this? So 120, can't look right now. 123.151. So not too bad for a first lap. Good through there, nice and early, back on the throttle. Feels like a decent lap so far. Bit of a slide from the rear there, not too bad though. That's a 122.725 that last lap, not too bad. Pretty quick. Back on the throttle earlier there, so that should be quite quick through there. Try and hook up this apex nice and early. Back on it again. Feels a bit between the gears there. Feels like I'm a bit hesitant coming out of there in third gear because it's uphill. But at the same time, if I were in second, I'd be hitting the limiter straight away, so bit annoying. Could tune that slightly differently to eliminate it, but I think I'll keep it the same for a while. Don't really want to reveal my tune on stream. I've got picked up a penalty, talking away. So I'll just take that into the next lap. It's a slow lap now, might as well just cruise to the end. Oh, that's a good entry into the first corner. Invalidated lap this though, because of my penalty. Bad line, never mind. Kept it, oh, keep touching the grass on the brakes. Nice corner cut, carry on. Another penalty. Can I get rid of these penalties? Yeah, so I can get rid of this. At least my next lap will be a proper lap then, a timed lap. So I need to make sure I don't do that in either qualifying and the race, touching the grass on the brakes. Should have dropped down into first then by accident in the second corner. Oh, not too bad through there. Tyres are going slightly now, getting a little bit more understeer. Still up on my time though, so it's not affecting me too much. Time's this going to be 1:23.0. Oh, bit of a cut. See if we get away with it. Looks like I have. No penalty. Nearly half a second down on my fastest time. That's slow. Woohoo! Close to the gravel. Keep on pushing on these tyres and see what lap times they'll keep giving me. I'm not going to ease off too much. Hopefully I don't make too big a mistake. Bit wide. Oops. Never mind. Get away with it through there. You don't get a penalty for it. And rightly so as well. It's how it's taken in real life by most of the drivers. God, early turning, that was bad. Bit wide on the apex. Tyres are going slowly, I can feel it. See what the time is. 23.6. Wasn't the best lap though, to be fair, so it's not really a representative time of what the tyres are capable of. That felt like a better first corner. Let's see if we can get a decent time out of this one, see what the tyres are capable of at this point. Bit of oversteers came out of there, not too bad though. Up into 6th gear before we hit the brakes. Feeling nice as the Porsche round here. Not too much trouble on most of these corners. Obviously can always go wrong as I touch the grass on the brakes. Can always go wrong really easily, as I nearly demonstrated. I've taken away that representative lap time now though, no doubt, with those two little moments. Just lost a bit of speed. So it's a 1:23.9, so it probably would have been a bit quicker than that without those moments in it. Oh, and again, a bit wide. Good to know that you can do that though, and as long as you don't go completely off into the gravel, you can get away with it. So that's handy to know, to be fair. Not that I wanted to do that. Hello. Hang on a sec. I don't know. Don't think so. I'm not sure. Take it. No, it's alright, you got to pick it. Oh, well, I don't know where they are. Right, little interruption. So we're on lap 10 now. No, we're not, sorry, that was lap 11. Can't see because of my own bloody face. Or my own little camera box. Showing my excellent driving, of course. So, do I pit? Or do I see how far I can actually take these tyres? What was my last lap time? No, it wasn't good. A 1:25.4. This one isn't great either. I need to concentrate and see what these tyres are actually capable of on lap 13 it's going to be by the look of it. So, get round this lap and actually concentrate and push for a lap and see what I can get the tyres to do. Oof. Nearly a bit early on the throttle there to push me wide. Noticed it quick enough though. Right, concentrate, keep quiet, and see what I can do this lap. Oh, bit of a kick from the rear. Try not to go too wide through there this time. Early on the throttle. So this is quite a good lap so far. It's obviously not going to be faster because of the tyre wear, but it gives me some idea. Oof, bit of a delay through there because of it. Oop, touch on the grass. So, careful through the last corner because the back rear left is really quite worn and you're loading it up for quite a long time. Same through this first corner. So 124.4, so that's not too bad for the tyre wear that we've got. On half a tank of fuel now though, so that obviously makes a difference as well. Less weight in the car. So I'll probably pit at the end of this one. Slow out of there, should have been in second gear. I'll reach to my gin and lemonade. Oh, didn't touch the brakes then. Oh, there we go. Nice little spin. Let's carry on, never mind. Right, practice the pit entry as well at the same time as obviously going in the pits, but I'll try and do it at some kind of speed with bad tyres to give myself some kind of idea of braking point. Alright, so that's giving me a braking point to use during the race now, knowing exactly where I broke there. I'm going to try a different tyre, go out on low fuel. So on the soft tyre now, see what lap times this is capable of and see how many laps I can get out of this without it dropping me off too much time. Not quite as much grip at the rear straight away, but then again the tyres always take a bit of warming up on Gran Turismo. The first lap as you come out of the pits on new tyres always seems like it's a bit tricky. And it never actually seems that quick really. Soft tyre feels quite good. No complaints so far. Can lean on it quite aggressively. Quick pitch of the leg. Not the best through T1. Try and keep the rest of the lap nice and tidy. Oh, seeing that. Lose the back end slightly on the brakes into there. It's kind of a corner where you've got to be braking and turning at the same time. Means that it's quite easy to unsettle the car as you go into that left hander. I need to I bloody love brands actually, and I don't even know the corner names for this, so I need to look up the corner names before the race, and certainly before I do the race replay video for it. Oh, touch on the grass as I broke, so just make sure that I got it all gathered up before I turned in. So again, I'm probably not going to be setting mega fast lap times with the soft tyre, but compared to the super soft times, we'll see what we're kind of looking at. Personally, anyway, don't know if anyone else is faster or slower. People could argue it's a bit of a stupid idea putting up a stream like this when your competitors could watch it before Tuesday night, basically, and see what you're up to. But I'm not planning on showing any setup information, and you still got to actually be able to do faster times if you're doing faster times than me lap after lap. So even if you know what I'm doing, you've still got to be able to either confident that you're faster altogether. I suppose it gives you that knowledge, I suppose. But other than that, it gives you something to worry about, maybe. I don't know. So I don't actually think it's that bad a thing. Just gives you something to compare yourself against, that's all. I'm not the fastest guy in the league, so expect the likes of Steve Obb and Diablo and Basinger to be faster than me, and various other people possibly as well. So as well as me saying that, it means that nice 122.4 on the soft. It means that it's not really that telling for anyone to watch this. You still got to be able to drive for an hour and do it yourself, so you can watch what I do, but it might help you a little bit of the line I take or something if you're struggling through a particular corner, but yeah, other than that, don't really see the harm. You could watch people that are faster than me, to be fair, doing faster lap times than me, so you could watch their lines as well. Probably give you even more information. And there's plenty of YouTube videos and stuff out there for people to watch. Need to nail this corner, I keep messing it up a little bit. That's a better line through there this time. Early on the throttle again, on the exit. Same on here, I want to be early on the throttle again as we go down that little hill there, so we can gain maximum acceleration down that hill. Slow out of there, as dealt with a bit of understeer, and again a bit of understeer through there, missing the apex as well. I need to stop talking, can't help it. When you stream you feel like you've got to talk all the time to entertain whoever might be watching, even though there's no one watching at the moment, or there might be one person watching, I think. But we've still got to think about if anyone watches this once it's finished and on the YouTube channel. So soft tyre, no problem for lap time. I've just done another purple first sector. So let's see if we can get a full purple lap out of it and get a really fast lap out of this soft tyre. I have just done a 122.4, so the fastest lap I've just done on the soft so far. But let's see if we can beat that again. So slower, 0.255 down on the lap so far through that sector, or through this point of the track, up to this point of the track should I say. Got to carry more speed through here, keep turning in too early, cutting the corner a bit. It's a bad line, so I've got a penalty this time. I cut it that early. I'm messing up that corner a little bit. I need to concentrate and get it a bit better. So I'm going to go quiet for about 5 laps and actually try and do some decent laps. Oh no. Oh, bollocks. Turning slightly as I got back on the throttle there. Lesson learned. Got fully back on it, that's the thing. Put my foot down, but slowly turning on the grass to get back off the grass. But because I planted my foot, that was enough to put me in the wall. So damage. Anyway, quick pit stop. Some idea of the soft pace now anyway, so I've gone to mediums. Oh, no, we'll go fast tank. See what the mediums are capable of with the setup I've got, that is. Keep noticing how big my hand looks when when I turn the wheel. Just 'cause it's so close. Well, it's that close to the camera, but it's closer than everything else, obviously, to the camera than my face and everything. So different perspective on my hands than there is to everything else. Right, let's get a medium tyre time out of it and see what it's capable of. I won't be surprised if I get somewhere near. Surprised the soft tyre is faster than the super. A lot of people have said that in different races, but I've never really personally noticed it. I think super soft is faster if you use it properly. Bit more understeer through there on the mediums, but not too bad actually. Not too bad through there either. Obviously they're brand new mediums, so they've got maximum grip at the moment. Good second to last corner there, penultimate corner. So 123.6 on the mediums, which ain't too bad. Bit of action on the wheel to catch, nothing too drastic though. Not the fastest through there this time. Bit late on the brakes. Let's attack this first corner and see how fast we can head into here with the mediums. Not bad at all, actually. Lost the rear end a bit, bring it back round. Nice and easy on the throttle to control it when it's happening a bit like that. Oh, excuse me. Oh, bit wide. That's not good. See, it's good to have moments like that in practice, to be fair, just to see how you can gather it up and see what kind of lap time you end up with, how much time you end up losing out, basically, because of a moment like that. Could well happen in the race, so it's good to know if it's a big deal or not, which I don't think it really was that time. So I've added a couple of seconds, basically. 25.3. And I did go deep into this second corner, that last lap round as well, so won the fastest lap of, won the fastest of laps anyway. So I need to concentrate again, actually try and get some times out of this medium. Feel like I'm just going round and doing laps at the moment, not really actually anything really pushing wise. This is a better lap for telling us what the time could be. So still below 124, so that's not too bad on the mediums. Better through about the first lap I've done in about 100 laps. It was actually quite nice and controlled through that corner. Been on for 52 minutes now, so gives me some idea of my overall race pace really. Big hand, my big hand's back. Well, I'm getting a bit bored if I'm honest. I've done quite a lot of practice now, and like I say, it's not like I don't know Brands Hatch. I already know this track really well, so I think to myself, how much practice can I practice really, or how much practice do I need really? But at the same time, you think that and get cocky, and you'll end up having a moment in the race. See what this time is. Felt like a decent lap back. So 23.4, that's not too bad. And crucially, lap after lap, consistently being able to do that time as well. 23 odd. And my driving isn't the best at the moment. Hopefully it'll be better in the race. That's the corner I need to work on. That was better through there that time. Not actually that too bad, 0.3 down on my overall fastest time, but was on the soft tyre, and now I'm on the medium, so that's not bad really. Tyre difference. See what it is towards the end of the lap. Going off slightly the mediums, but nothing to worry about. Gone wide again. Ooh, hoo, hoo. Ooh, a bit wide. Miss the apex. Again, not a bad lap, so 123, a mid 123 or thereabouts. So quite good this medium tyre. How many laps is that now? I haven't really got a chance to look really. There's no long straights on this track. Could just go slowly for a lap I suppose and have a quick look. I've done a quick glance, I've done quite a lot of 123s on the right hand side there, so looks like that's quite an achievable race pace out of the medium. We'll touch on the grass again. Might not see it on the screen, but you can definitely feel it on the wheel when you touch get a wheel on the grass. Touch a wheel on it. And again it's a 123.6, so not going to carry on for much longer now. Pretty much got what I need from this practice session. Oh, bit of oversteers, came out of that corner. Only a tiny bit, but lost a bit of momentum. Oh, missed the apex again, keep missing that final apex. So, nearly out of fuel, better pit. Oh, hey. So, see what the lap times to a full tank and non-mediums. Quickly going to go to the toilet as well. Back in a minute, just off the toilet. Hey, I'm back. Right, took it off auto drive, coming towards the end of the lap, which is convenient, and off we go. End of the out lap as well. I have a lap actually practicing different lines down the inside. Keep it tight to the apex as though someone's next to me. And then right round the outside, miss the apex by a mile, giving space, imaginary space to someone. And then again, as though someone's down the inside. Oh, bad move. Giving space at the apex. All worth practicing every now and again. We'll try to go down the inside on this one, ultra fast, see where we can brake. Bit of room on the outside still for someone. And again, bit of room on the outside for someone. We'll go around the outside on this one. Missing the apex by a mile. Hesitating and then back on it. Oh, good little practice. Try to go down the inside in the last corner. Leaving plenty of room on the outside for an imaginary car. Down the inside on the first corner. Hard to do without pushing out wide. Anyway, That's enough of that. See what kind of time I can run this medium tyre on full fuel. Right, come on. Fast lap out of these tyres now then. See what we can get. Proper concentration lap. So only 1.75 down on my actual soft time with half a tank of fuel pretty much. So I like these mediums. Ah, why not? A bit of drift, opposite lock. By accident obviously, but just pretend that I did it on purpose. Trying to get a bloody fast time and drifting through the corners not particularly helpful. So it gives me some idea though. So sub 24 on well, not quite a full tank anymore, but and slightly worn mediums. As near as, damn it mate, it's no difference though really. Oh, excuse me. So anyway, pretty much gonna call it a do with that. I might go back out on the super softs and see if I could really improve my time now I've done what it feels like about 100 laps. Oh, there we go. That's definitely time to finish it. Right, so I'm not actually going to finish streaming though. Rather randomly, I'm going to do a practice for something else as well. So, just check that there's no one actually with a lobby set up. Oh, I can't see where that is. I'm going to go into that and see what it is. See who was in it. dribbled. Bloody idiot. Like a baby. Like a baby. That gin's too nice, goes down too easily. Who's in this then? I can't see anyway, but there's only one guy in it, so what bother. And we'll do what I said. And have a go on something different. So I can just go in time trial mode for this because there's no engine or there's no fuel or tyre wear on it. So there's no need to really do it in a lobby. Now I can go in time trial mode and I'm in a group 4 car all of a sudden. So jumping from group 3 to group 4 and we're off to Bathurst, I think the first race is. If not, I'm just going to practice Bathurst anyway because it's always tricky. It's always good to get a feel of the car through one of the trickier tracks. We'll go noon. Don't know if that's when the race is, but it doesn't really matter at this stage. And look at this beauty. It's been quite a while doing this livery. And I only finished it this morning, so I'm really quite happy to revisit it already and have a look at it again. But yeah, spent quite a lot of time creating what is my Ferrari for the MRC GTC season, God knows what, touring car championship basically on Gran Turismo Sport, hosted by the Mature Racing Club, which you can find on Facebook if you're interested. And there's all sorts of different leagues. I'm in League 3 now. I've got up there. I don't know quite how. I didn't want to question it because it doesn't seem right. But never mind. I'm going to ignore that and just take it that I'm in League 3. So see how we go in League 3. It's meant to be basically the higher up the leagues you go, or the lower down the leagues you go in number. So League 1 being the fastest. The more that you struggle your way through the league apparently. So we'll see how we go. I'll be happy if I finish my first couple of races like mid-pack. I'll consider that quite good and then see what we can do from there. If I have a decent race early on, then I'll be pretty hopeful for the season. But yeah, I've picked the Ferrari 458, sponsored by Quick Fit, or that's our brand to use for the MRC Championship this season. So I've gone for a Quick Fit based livery, and away we're going, the Ferrari 458 round Bathurst. Slightly different from what we were just doing around Brands Hatch, a lot longer track for a start. So we're just going from a 1:20, 23 with 24 lap time, 22 occasionally, to a 2 minute old lap time, 2 minute 8 I think it normally is around, or 2 minutes 10 with the first couple of laps as I get used to it. So whilst I'm on the straight, oh, my wheel nearly went then. Oh, bit late on the brakes. Oh, no damage, so it's alright. Ooh, nearly hit the wall then. That's close. Need to be nice and steady through these first few laps, get to feel the car through the track and see what it feeds back to me, and then adjust accordingly to maximise the speed. Oh, a lot of understeer into there. Problem is with this championship, there's no setup, there's no tuning allowed. You can't really tune understeer out of your car on certain tracks, which is obviously what you'd aim to do if you were suffering massively from understeer on a particular track. You try and tune it out with the setup, but there's no such thing in this. So it's all down to, oh, that's a bloody point. I forgot about that. I've actually got the wrong settings here, so I'm practicing with the wrong settings altogether. Because I can still do it in time trial, I think. Where is it? Brands Hatch? Not Brands Hatch, sorry. Did I press noon last time? I think I went noon. I picked the same car, obviously. But there is a slight setup change to make. Although I was saying you're not allowed to tune. You watch now, my car will be set anyway. Don't know why I'm pulling funny faces. I'm a bit weird, you know. I have to kind of rein in the weirdness before I turn the camera on. So car settings. Where are we? This is all just standard setup, so I'm not bothered if anyone sees it from the MRC. Jesus Christ, it hasn't got a lot of front aero, this car. 200, Jesus. Oh, that's not even what I'm trying to do. Alright. Good to know that. So, oh, it is right. So maximum horsepower allowed in this league is 390, so as close as I can get to it is 389 with 104% power ratio, and we're allowed minimum weight has to be 1,100 kilos. So I've gone for the Ferrari because you can get it down to that. So 82% puts me at 1,107 kilos. So yeah, that's all I wanted to check really. Basically, I was practicing with the right settings, which I was anyway. So let's carry on. So let's see what kind of lap time I can get out of this now. Oh, might help if I hold my wheel as the start. That's terrible. That's really bad. What the hell was that? So that's a really bad start as I go over the line. I've already lost speed, so I'll brake a little bit later into T1. Last time I was driving around here and did quite a lot of practice around here, I was in that same Porsche that I've just been driving at Brands Hatch. So I'll have to get used to the feel of the Ferrari instead. Already up into 6th gear, looking at 150 mile an hour as we get onto the brakes, into the quite fast sweeping right-hander, and start heading up the hill, up the mountain should I say, Mount Panorama in Australia. Head through the cut as I lose the rear end, and then we start making our way well and truly up the mountain and over the top. Oh, understeer galore in this car. So I didn't test it on this track, but I was really happy with the Ferrari on the track I tested it on. I'm not going to say which one it was, but I always think Bathurst's one of those where you don't really want to just pick a car set up for Bathurst, because probably let you down for quite a lot of the rest of the season on the other tracks. So it's quite a good track to go to see where you compromised almost with your car. That might be good round your traditional tracks like Red Bull Ring, for example, or Brands Hatch like we've just been going around, or whatever. When you're going up and down this mountain and it's very tight and it's pretty much a street circuit in that middle section with all the walls, as soon as you touch a wall you've got potentially you've got damage. Obviously, like I've said already, no damage in the MRC, but obviously in real life, and if you choose to put the damage on in your championship, then the walls are very, very hard to avoid for a long period of time. I actually had a league race here in with Simfx, a 1 hour endurance race, but I had really bad lag, and someone was miles in front of me at one point, and then next thing I knew I'd gone into the back of them, and there was a big crunch, So I just thought, well, I can't really carry on. I can handle a little bit of lag, but when someone's like 20 metres in front of me and then all of a sudden I hit the back of them without actually seeing them, then I was meant to carry on and try and overtake anyone, so I just ended up quitting the race. So I didn't actually have my full hour-long race at Bathurst, which is a bit of a disappointment, but because it's quite an epic track to have an hour-long race on. Oh god, that's wide. But yeah, it was a bit of a shame. I seem to have been suffering from lag ever since as well. So let's get back to the actual driving. Little lift through here as we go through in 5th gear towards the top end of the revs. Brief moment where I flicked into 6th there, but it was a bit unnecessary. And then got on the brakes but locked up a little bit, which is why I went sideways all over the place. It says anti-lock brakes, but if you hit them hard enough you can still lock up. So again, I'm probably driving Group 3 speed when I should drop back to Group 4 speed, because that's what I'm in at the end of the day in this 458. It's Group 4 car on Gran Turismo here. Anyway, I am still up on my lap time, still purple, so I'm 0.378 up at the moment. Let's see what we can do into here. We can certainly improve on that last lap, because that was terrible. So that was better this time. 0.9 up now, over a second up all of a sudden, just because of that corner. A lot better than the last lap round. So let's actually try and concentrate again. Shut up for a lap and kick ass with the lap time and see if we can improve massively. So I'll just touch on something, maybe it's a bit controversial, but I hear when I speak to different people that are into this kind of thing and racing leagues and stuff like that, I hear that a lot of people, oh Jesus, that's wide with the understeer. I hear a lot of people that don't like just jumping from one car to the other and trying to get used to it and stuff, but I think it's probably not wise for the ultimate pace out of a car, but other than that, it can only ever improve your skill level, because you can just adapt to any car that you drive basically. If you do it often enough, you just jump from one car to the other, and even one game to the other. I found that myself to a point. This is kind of what I'm getting at with driving, like track driving on Gran Turismo or Project Cars, and then just mixing up Dirt Rally 2 in between. So actually handbraking, going around with the Col de Torini in Monte Carlo, and handbraking about 300 times in a stage that lasts about 12 minutes or something, and it's fucking epic and you're sweating at the end. So I think it can only add to your skill level on your wheel if you're going between everything. There is the argument that yeah, you can't really get used to one car if you're driving all sorts of different cars and you're jumping between them all the time, and I completely understand that, and I actually completely accept that. If you want to really get the pace out of a car, you've got to drive that car all the time and get completely used to it. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's all meant to be fun, so why not jump in a different car, boot around a different track that you're not even involved in, and just have a bit of fun. In fact, saying that, let's go to Nordschleife with the Porsche, why not? We'll head out with a Brands Hatch setup, but it might not be the best, but we'll give it a go around Nordschleife, the old Porsche, see how we do. Bit boring the old Ferrari around there, if I'm honest. Too much on the steer to enjoy. It's going to be a bit of a struggle, that race. So, back on time trial. Let's hit up the Nordschleife, which is down at the bottom. Yep. Which one? Just that one. We'll give ourselves half decent weather. for a decent lap. And we'll head out in the GT3 Porsche, or Group 3 Porsche should I say. And then see what we can do. This gin's hitting me a little bit there, so probably why I've just all of a sudden decided that Nürburgring's a good idea. Don't make them weak. Anyway, quick check. No. Nobody wants me. I'm a bit of an idiot. I stream these things. I think F1's on at the moment. It's not a great idea. I'm giving myself that excuse anyway. Obviously there'll be thousands, probably thousands of people queuing up to watch me otherwise. There's no doubt about it, really. I mean, anyone that's watched me before will stand up to court about that one. Stand up in court about that one, should I say. Oh, that's a good start. We'll just press that little retry button and give it another go, seeing as though we've gone off already in the first corner. So not a great start, I'll be honest. At least we didn't get too far on before I restarted. Here we go. Over the line and onto the first lap at Nordschleife in the 911 RSR. Bit wide on the exit there. Through the first corner. Let's carry the speed down here. Through Haxenbach or whatever it's called. I get the corners mixed up on this track. Bloody, I'm bad at the best of times, but this track, I know some of the corner names, but then I just completely forget which one it is on the track. I know in, out, in, or whatever it is. Is it out, in, out? Even that, I'm not sure. I'm a true professional, is what I'm trying to say. There's no doubt about it. I'm chasing Ben Edwards' job on the F1 qualifying. We're in talks, in negotiations at the moment with F1 and Liberty Media. And thinking about, between you and me, they're thinking about replacing Ben Edwards and Coulthard because they believe I'm that good that I could fill both of their shoes. So what the hell? So yeah, it's going to be interesting being on the live broadcasts doing the F1. I'm not lying at all. I'm not. What's the word? Embellishing the truth. There is no truth to actually embellish within that story. There is no truth at all within that story. So I'm not even embellishing the truth. I'm just blatant lying. But anyway, it's good fun to think like that. Forgive me. Oh, wide through mid-corner. Just got understeer mid-corner, thinking I could go through there faster than I could. Anyway, sorted it out and didn't go off and hit anything. This is in, out, in. I made it in. Or nearly in, nearly in. Missed all three apexes, but I was close to them. I just popped out, I guess you could call it. I'll be back in 5 minutes as if it were a shop. I hate it when shop does that. Back in 5 minutes, like, when the fuck did you put that sign there though? Excuse my language. Obviously, if you don't know when the sign was put there, it don't mean anything. Hate this corner. Worst corner on the track in my opinion. I can handle the rest of the track for some reason. I don't find it that tricky a track. Even though it's a long one, you do enough laps around it. And I haven't religiously lapped Nordschleife, but I just keep coming back to it over and over again in various different cars, so you're going through it in different speeds. I've even done this track in Nordschleife in VW camper van. which was very telling. I've done it in Suzuki Swift Sport. Oh god, that's wide. Managed to keep it on without hitting the barriers, just about. Fast through here. I always brake for this corner for some reason. This is the one I need to brake for. The apex, not that I was anywhere near it. As we head towards the carousel, ignore that little moment. That's for me to deal with my strong arm. I'll get out my strong arm. Use your strong arm. I don't know if that's actually a thing, but we say that'll work a lot. Why don't you use your strong arm? That's probably just completely made up between us. I've just realised. Not on some program or anything. Might be, I don't know. I don't watch all this bullshit South Park or anything like that. Excuse my language again. What is wrong with me today? It's the gin. It's the gin, ladies and gentlemen. Getting me all rowdy with the language. Potty mouth over here. So, as I waffle my way through the Nordschleife lap and go off very drastically, as I say that, I was about to say I was doing alright, but obviously it's not really appropriate to say as I'm turning around, going the wrong way. So yeah, that ended that one. I'll keep quiet. Oh, hello. Hello, Mr. Kerbos. Right, I'm going to do one more lap of this when I finally get to the end. And then that's going to be it from me. And then I think it's about gin o'clock. And F1 won't be too long either before I end up sitting down and watching that. I need to catch up on last week's Croft touring car races. Sad as I am, I was actually there, watched the late races live, but I still want to go back and watch, and I do this every time. Did it at Donington as well, and I was there. But I actually go back and watch the races on YouTube, it turns out. If you're interested in British Touring Car Championship, then check out YouTube. And at the same time, whilst I'm at it, whilst I'm on about checking out different things online, check out Simfx website, Simfx Racing. If you search for that on Google, you'll find it, and they're on Facebook as well. If you're interested in the hour-long league racing that I was on about, that's all to do with Simfx. Oh god, I've got the gearing wrong for this track. Anyway, and then there's the MRC, the Mature Racing Club, which is another well-organised run league, and there's championships and all sorts of different things you can get involved in. People post videos and photos, and there's all sorts going on. So really, if you're into this, similar to me, sat here racing away on my Sunday afternoon, if you're into similar kind of thing, then maybe check out these groups if you haven't heard of them before, and get involved in some league racing yourself, because that's basically all I'm doing here. I'm practicing for league racing, not particularly on the Nordschleife, but just getting used to the car more and more. If you drive it around the Nordschleife, it seems like a dream around any other track. So anyway, away we go onto our fast lap. Took a while to get round to the finish line. Oh, took a lot of curb there, unsettled the front end. Meant that I couldn't turn in when I wanted to, but we managed to get it turned in eventually. Run it wide slightly on the exit curb there. Get it turned in nice and early for a good exit through there. Hopefully that isn't a corner cut, but I took plenty of curb through there, so it's not quite flattening this car through whatever this is called. I nearly said Bluncham on them, but I'm pretty sure that's at Spa. Like I said earlier, I confess to it, I'm really terrible at names. I'm not going to get a fast time on this either, because my gearing is completely wrong. It's set up for Brands Hatch, which I was on earlier, so it's terribly slow for the Nordschleife, but there you go. We'll do a lap anyway with fast acceleration gearbox set up instead of long gears, to get the maximum out of these long straights on the Schleife. so it certainly ain't going to be the fastest of times this Porsche is capable of. With a bit of hindsight I would have thought about that, but I didn't. Get on the brakes, quite heavy for this one, get it turned in, good exit as we lose the rear end. Oh, planted the throttle too much and spun the rear end even more. So I could have gathered that up, but I was a bit greedy with the pace I wanted out of the corner at the same time as gathering it up. So I planted the throttle and that pretty much put me all squiffy, for want of a better word. I like the word squiffy for racing though. I don't think enough racing drivers use it. It'd be good if like Daniel Ricciardo for example, like how come you didn't manage to get it in the top 10 in qualifying this week, Daniel? Well, to be honest, the car was just a little bit, what's the word, squiffy? Yeah, squiffy. So yeah, need I say any more? Squiffy explains a lot really. And then he just puts his sunglasses on and walks off. So it'd be quite cool if you know it was a genuine term. I think it suits racing driving very well, does the word squiffer. I'm not losing my marbles at all here whilst I'm going on Nordschleife. No, not me. Anyway, I'll shut up about squiffy. We'll try and get through this corner that I don't like nice and quickly. Try and gain some lap time down this straight, because we can only get up to the limiter speed with my gearing being so badly wrong. So long as I come out that corner faster, which I haven't done, then I can gain time, which I haven't done. So that was bad. I felt like I went through there really quite quickly, but obviously not. So now I've got to sit here on the limiter pretty much in 6th gear as I climb the hill. Top of the revs, 150 mile an hour, it's not even that quick. Perfect for Brands Hatch, but not for around here. And I still get massive understeer, should I say, not oversteer, as I go through that corner, which you wouldn't really expect at that kind of speed. But I guess the way I've set it up for Brands again isn't brilliant for Nordschleife. Oh my god, oh my god. Quick little demonstration for the crowd. I mean, they pay the money to get in and watch, so you know it's a bit unfair if they don't get any action to watch. We'll pull the handbrake. We've only dropped 2.6 seconds. I mean, what's that between friends? Oh no, hang on, that's make that 19.2 seconds instead. No, it's easily makeable. A couple of corners, I'll have that back. So that's my fast lap ruined. Oh dear, I blame the gin. Nothing to do with my terrible driving, nothing to do with my excellent driving that's influenced by the gin, should I say. It's a while, in all seriousness, it's a while since I've been around here, and I'm probably a little bit overconfident just jumping on the Nordschleife and having a go. Don't get me wrong, I still remember where I'm going, but it's not quite as, if you do a fair few laps around here, then it becomes really, really ingrained in your brain, and I haven't done that for a while, especially like corners like that. So taking the complete wrong line, that was a late apex corner, and I took a really early apex. Anyway, enough about me complaining. Let's try and get on with the rest of the lap and finish it up after we get to the finish line, see what speed we can carry through here. Obviously we haven't really got a representative time, so I'm a bit gutted about that from the 911 RSR, but there you go, these things happen. Don't know why I broke through there, but I did. Kept it nice and stable through the whole thing there. Top of 6th gear already as we're turning to here. Not even the fastest part of the track, and we're hitting the top of the limiter in 6th gear, pretty much top speed in this car, or what I've set it to. So again, I should have thought about that before I jumped on the Nordschleife, but yeah, the gearing's completely out. Oh, I tacked that and it bumped all over the place as I went into there. Touring car style, they were a very stiff setup. So I've actually dropped down the lead of the 9 seconds to 8 seconds as I go on the grass to just slow myself down a little bit wisely. best couple of corners in my opinion down here of the North Life, just because you're flat out heading into these corners. I'll have a bit more gin for Dutch courage. I'm only hitting 153, 154 mile an hour at the top of the 6th gear, at the top of the gearbox, 155. If we drop down the hill, it gives a little bit more momentum. So these are the corners I'm talking about. Tap these at speed and it's really good fun, and you can make quite a bit of lap time up as well just by being quite aggressive through those last corners, because it's quite tricky, and people genuinely generally should I say take it steady through those corners, because they're easy to make a mistake through. Anyway, without much further ado, I've been ADG. Thank you very much for watching. 2 thumbs up from Stephen Dale. Not that you know who he is, but it's a saying at work again. 2 thumbs up from Stephen Dale. Anyway, see you later. Thank you again for watching. I'll see you again soon. And yeah, I'm back. I won't take quite as long before putting another video up or stream again. So without much further ado, I'll see you again soon. Goodbye.